Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Conversations. And I wanted to make you aware of something very cool that we're doing on a subscription basis, and we'll put a link in each one of our episodes. But every Wednesday, we're going to be doing what we call an audio podcast workshop. That workshop will be roughly about 14 to maybe 20 minutes per episode, with each month having a theme from a coaching model, using feedback strategically, to coaching self-awareness, and so on. So if you could look in the body or in the content description of each episode, and you will see a link where you can join this subscription. These are literally 4 workshops every month, teaching specific strategies to address a particular area of workplace coaching, as it relates, again, to things like awareness, motivation, teamwork, and what have you. Here's the cool thing. It's only $10 per month, and each month you will get a handout that we will follow along with. So we also give you a tool for you to take notes as we go through each episode. We hope you'll check it out.
This might be one of the most unusual podcast episodes I've ever done. Let me explain. The other day, I was in a session, and I have a client of ours in an internal leadership academy at one of our client sites, and she's got to be pushing 60, 65 years old. Great person, but really quick, really fast on her feet. And we're going through a role play exercise, and we're talking about giving feedback and conversational skills and things like that. During the course of the practice session, I noticed how quick she was on her feet. Now, I'm going to make a comment that's a little self-righteous. Bear with me. I'm extremely quick on my feet. Now, sometimes that's great. Sometimes it can cause some challenges. Yet, I think about the skill set of thinking on a dime. One of the greatest things that happens when we teach coaching and coaching leadership or feedback or what have you, people always ask a question. What happens if they say something you don't know how to respond? Well, first of all, it's called life. Then you tell someone, you know what, let me digest that. I don't know how to respond to that. Coaching is about not having some magical answer. Yet there is a great opportunity to keep conversations going. See, if we keep conversations going, we help build self-awareness. We get people to facilitate critical thinking. We get them to take action. So as I was talking in this group setting, I looked at this woman and I said, where does that skill set come from? And she said, I was a bartender for 15 years. And I knew in order to make money, I had to create a great experience. I had to converse on my feet. I had to be ready. And I said, when you started, were you as gifted as you are now? She starts laughing out loud. She goes, oh my gosh, not even close. And I said, so what was the secret sauce? What got you there? She said, you just got to do it. You just got to practice. You got to be open to it. And you could see everybody in this room nodding their head. It's the very thing that most leaders won't take the time to do. Yet, a bartender has to do it. Think about that. A bartender has to do that because he or she is going to what? Either earn extra money or not. Now, there's not a parallel with the extra money with coaching per se, but there is a parallel with the skill set of thinking on a dime. Your bartender is coaching really well. They are conversing really well. So can you. It takes time. Now, let me share something. As one of my favorite places in the world is in Land O'Lakes, Wisconsin. And it's a great restaurant owned by Tom and Maddie. And I've gotten to be really good friends with them. And I remember when Maddie first joined and she just recently married Tom. And she did something the first night. She said, oh yeah, I'll make you and your wife a grasshopper. I said, oh, do you know how to make them? And she goes, no, but I'll look it up. It took her forever. And people at the bar were very accommodating. They were very relaxed. It's maybe my favorite place in the world to go have a meal. And the last time we were up there, which is now years later since that first interaction with Maddie bartending, and she has got that thing down to a science. And she keeps conversations going while she's talking to people, and she's delightful and she's fun and she jokes. And I thought, man, at the end of the night, you've got to be dead. Now, here's why I say that. Bartenders, and I would even include wait staff, they've got to be on. See, when you're with people spending money, you've got to be on. What do I mean by on? You got to be present. You can't roll your eyes at a drink you don't want to make. You can't sit there and say, oh, God, he's going to have another one of those. Oh, what would happen to tips? Now, that does not mean that leaders roll their eyes or they lower their defenses, so to speak. Yet, the real opportunity is the conversational skills. Now, I'm going to introduce a very crass analogy. In order to be a great coach, a great conversational coach, you have to get naked on the ledge. Now, before you log off, let me explain what that means. Being naked on the ledge is showing up, not knowing the script, not knowing exactly what's going to happen, not knowing exactly how people are going to respond. It's what a bartender goes through. And oh, by the way, a bartender sometimes is exposed naked on the ledge in front of many people, not just one person. So when we're coaching, we have to be okay when we start coaching, not knowing where things are going. Keep asking questions. Think about going into your favorite pub or your favorite restaurant. Think about that special bartender, wait staff member, and what do you like about them? You don't like them because they're boring. You don't like them because they roll their eyes or they sneer at an order that you provide. You like them because they typically create a great experience. How do they do that? When they see you, do they typically give you greetings such as, hey, how are you? How's the family doing? Are you going to have one of these again? Because they remember your drink or they remember your order. What does it do? It makes you feel special. Bartenders make great coaches. So let's think about somebody that you have to coach right now. Think about something that you know about them. Think or get in the mindset of being a great bartender and be okay being naked on the ledge, because that's going to lead to great coaching conversation skills that will dramatically increase engagement and talent development. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagan and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.